here at LOA Architecture with Tim Common. LOA just celebrated the 25th anniversary of the DEN Bridge project last Friday with the airport. Some of you may have been there and seen CEO Kim Day speak about the project. Tim, can you tell everyone why it was such a monumental project?
You bet, thank you. Thanks for coming here, and very significant to the airport at the time. Continental Airlines, who was on Concourse A, wanted to have a way to get the passengers from the terminal to the concourse without having to go through the train if the train did go down. So it was not part of the original design, so from that standpoint it was pretty challenging to fit this in between two pieces of architecture that weren't there originally. So a lot of concern about elevations and how that was all going to work. So from a standpoint of significance, that was really the part of it that really led to how the design was made without any columns. It's 365 feet long.
Which at the time was the longest.
It is, and currently we've heard that Seattle, SeaTac is going to do a 900-foot bridge. So still very proud of it. It is a landmark to Denver. It's obviously our most significant, well-known and significant project, I guess, that people know of. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. People say that too. So the other part that some people don't know about is that there are two levels. The one level does go to Concourse A, mostly for Frontier. The other level is that you have to take that when you are out of the country and come back and have to go through customs, that you were forced to go through that. You don't have a choice. So
you get to.
You get to. Choose to. You're forced to, yes. So very few people know that, but it is beautiful. The FAA was very much in control about making sure that two planes could pass underneath side by side, and then also the height of that was predetermined, and then also the trusses that the structural components are made of on the side were significant as well.
And I'm thinking we can walk over and take a look at some photos of it.
You bet.
For those of you who may not be from here or may not be familiar with this project.
Yep, so this is on the interior, so this is as you cross over, and we've heard some feedback about people that love to see the mountains if it's their first time, either from customs on the top level or the bottom level, just going back and forth is great view of the front range. So, and then we have the nighttime shot. This is kind of our money shot, again showing the two levels that are here. The height is 45 feet, and again that was determined by the FAA that two planes could go side by side, but also that the tail would not scrape underneath there. So, and again, as I mentioned, these are the two existing pieces of architecture that were there, and then we kind of had to fit this in. So from some of you that go on the north side know that there's a little bit steeper ramp there as you go through, just because at the time it wasn't planned out. So.
And Tim, you mentioned that before TSA existed, there was a wedding here. A very beautiful
Kim Day had mentioned that. Yes, that was didn't know that. The other thing during construction that I didn't know is that the glass that was there, Pittsburgh Patent Glass (PPG) had a strike, and so not all the color of the glass is the same. So that was a unique thing. Also on Friday, from the structural engineer, found out that 10,000 bolts were actually manufactured in China, unbeknownst to them, so they were inferior. So they had to be replaced, and then we had heard that they didn't get them all replaced at the same time, so I had to go through that second cycle again. So a couple of hiccups during construction. We did hear also from the contractor that the train was underneath, and so they had a challenge of how to shore it and how to raise these trusses in place while the train was still operational. So that was a challenge from a construction standpoint.
So truly, really a monumental project.
We feel that way. Absolutely.
Worth celebrating.
We feel that way, yes. So, then over here is the hand sketch that Louis Acosta, who was the original founder of the firm, did by hand. And if you look real close, you can see the pencil sketches. He didn't know how to operate a computer for drafting, and at the time, 25 years ago, this was kind of a lead AutoCAD CAD dance at the time. So this is all done by hand. The story I heard was that he had jeweler's glasses on, and he did it on 11 by 17, very much like a watch. And so this shows the Continental planes with their logo on the back. back that are now, out of business, I guess, or have been swallowed up in front of it. So very, very proud of that. We display that, obviously, in our office because it is monumental to Nashville. So.
And while I have you, Tim, would you like to talk about anything else coming up that you're excited about, any projects?
Yep. We can show you over here. This is a model of a project at Northfield High School, which is for Denver Public Schools. And we won a design competition for this, and our concept was to have a quad in the middle and have several buildings off of that quad. So this is the gymnasium. This is a 2-story classroom building. This is the Commons, and then this building on the corner of Central Park Boulevard and 56 is for the Denver School of Science and Technology, and that's a 3-story, 57,000 square foot project that's going to be open for August.
This August?
Very proud of that one as well. So we're moving along with that. So.
It's very exciting.
So,
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been wonderful, and if you did not see the article in the paper, there's an article in this Sunday's
Actually,
Denver
this morning's.
Post. This morning's Denver Post about the bridge project if you'd like to learn any more. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.